There's people with terminal cancer sitting in a bed right now thinking and praying and hoping to be able to do the things that you do every single day. A Stoic is a person who can handle hardship, pain, and even suffering without showing emotions and without complaint. We have to realize that in life, you can only control so much, and things are just simply going to happen. You're going to have hardships, you're going to have difficulties, you're going to have bad cycles, bad people, and bad environments that will impact you no matter how talented you are. That's why a beautiful saying, life is 10% what happens to you and 90% of how you react. We have to learn to control our emotions and make conscious and decisive decisions that can help your team, your family, and the people around you become more successful, happy, and protected. Early on in my life, it just really felt like I got the short end of the stick. I always fell short of every goal and got passed up by somebody else for some odd reason. And what I really came to terms with and realized when my life was at a low is that I was a common denominator in all of these situations. And I had all the resources around me, I just didn't realize it. There has been books that have been written for thousands and thousands of years with the most intelligent and successful and smart people to ever walk this planet. Why had I not read them? There's resources that are unlimited, free, and available to anyone as long as you have internet access to be able to read, study, and train yourself to think, learn, and become any single person that you would like. Why was I not taking advantage of this? And when I lived in New York at the time, I had roommates. I was in a small, tiny dorm room, living off $10-15 a day, just trying to get by. I committed myself to improving who I was as a man in every single aspect of my life. And what I started to realize is all the things that had happened to me, while they might have been unfortunate, not only could have been prevented, but I could have handled them in a completely different way that would have set my life up to be much more successful way earlier than I could have been until now. So here's the 5 ways to become a Stoic. Number 1, see things for what they are, not what you wish that they would be. Wishful thinking hurts us all, and we all wish things could happen faster, much easier, and in a perfect way that we want them to be. But in life, things don't happen just because we want them to. They happen because we make it happen, and it benefits more people than just ourselves. Early on in my career, my first sales job, I was a successful sales rep, but I happened to be the youngest person in the company. There was a potential promotion that was on the table for me to move up and actually manage my first sales team. I was only 22 at the time. I was very inexperienced, but I happened to be one of the most successful sales reps in the organization. But to my surprise, I ended up getting passed up by someone with more experience and more management that they've done in the past, which made it a clear decision for the people above me to go ahead and promote that person. But this is after years and years and years of studying and reading and learning and really just focusing on myself to improve as a man, like I discussed. And instead of getting bitter, instead of getting passive aggressive, jealous, or spiteful because I got passed up, lowering my performance, not doing what I should be, and not becoming a good teammate, I took the high road and I realized, look, this is a marathon. It's going to take time to develop and to become the person I want to become. I'm going to help him out. I'm going to do my best, run my race, and whatever comes with it will come with it. To my surprise, while everyone else on the team was struggling, while that person that got promoted unfortunately didn't succeed like they thought, 2 weeks later, out of nowhere, they demoted him. They were looking for a new manager. But during that period of time, while everyone else was struggling, I was the only person who was consistently delivering. So who was the first person that they called? Me. I ended up getting the promotion, moving up, and running the most successful team in that company's history and going on to really successful things, simply because I did not look at it as, oh my God, all these negative things are happening to me. Instead, I looked at it for what it was. I did not do a good enough job at setting myself up and positioning myself preemptively for this promotion. I just worked really hard and did good. I wasn't investing on building the right relationships. I wasn't setting up the right communications and the right people to recommend me at the right time in a subtle and indirect way. I didn't plan this out. I was just busy working hard. Now, while that's admirable, and while on the surface it seemed I deserved to get it on the front end, I did not do the things necessary to get that promotion at the beginning. Now, even though I made that mistake, because I had learned how to control my emotions and really fix my mistakes and realize I'm the common denominator, I was able to adjust my pattern of thinking and my actions, redirect it into a more positive and directive way, therefore then setting myself up to have an opportunity to move up. It just happened a lot quicker than I thought. 2, realize that you're not going to live forever. Many times we get upset about little things that happen to us. We miss the promotion. We get cut off driving the way to work. We get in an argument with a spouse or a family member. But we do these things as if we're going to live forever. You are here for a limited time. And take a second today to just simply look around at how blessed and lucky you are to just be able to be alive. There's people with terminal cancer sitting in a bed right now thinking and praying and hoping to be able to do the things that you do every single day. Just to simply breathe, just to be able to walk around, to simply be able to go see their kids, their families, their parents. They would do anything to be able to do that small thing that we take for granted every single day. Knowing that you're gonna die will always give you the position of confidence and the ability to walk away from any negative situation that you could be in right now. You have to know that you're not gonna live forever. Early on when I started Mitt Group and we were growing at such a fast pace, problem after problem kept coming at me and I wasn't used to dealing with this much pressure. What I did is I realized that while there was a lot of pressure on me, and while I didn't really have anyone to go to help me solve these problems, I had to learn how to handle this stress and refocus it in a way that can be productive and successful. And what I realized is at the end of the day, like I said, if you know that you're gonna die, all this stuff is made up anyways. You can become any person that you want. Perception is reality. And I realized that I could change any circumstance, any situation that I was facing at my company, in my personal life, and with my family in a way that could better set myself up and my company for success. And what I did is I stopped taking myself so damn seriously. I realized that it was okay to make mistakes. As long as I worked quick, I adjusted, and I got back on track every single time. Number 3, understand what cycle of life that you're in. A harvest doesn't just automatically come because you're a great person and because you mean well. It comes because you planted your crops, you watered them, you nurtured them, and you put yourself and those crops in a situation that can create a bountiful harvest. We have to realize that when times are bad, we forget that they're ever going to be good again. And when times are good, we oftentimes forget that they're ever going to be bad again. Life has cycles. And if you just simply look at a macroeconomic economy, you realize that no matter how wealthy, successful you are, a massive economy will go in a recession or a depression no matter how good you are. But it's interesting that the most successful companies and people are made in times of crisis, depression, recession, and uncertainty. We have to take advantage of these times by understanding that they're going to happen no matter how good you are. A simple strategy to do this is to expect bad things to happen. Instead of hoping that you don't blow your tire out, simply have plans and procedures in place for when bad things occur, when issues happen in your business, in your life. You're prepared financially, emotionally, with the right team in place, whether that's your family, whether that's a team that you hire, or whether it's a support system in your friends and family, to set yourself up to handle these problems. Be prepared to not only just survive through this season of difficulty, but to push and thrive past it so you can beat your competition and ultimately create the life that you want. Number 4, embrace obstacles. The obstacle is the way, and it creates so much opportunity in your life. And what we have to realize is that when you're facing an obstacle or a problem, It's simply the world letting you know that you have to get better, and your current way of thinking is not going to create a new level of success. One thing that's gotten me through almost every adversity that I've ever faced in my business and in my career and in my personal life and family is that if I actually want to achieve all of these things, and you want to have all of these goals in your business and in your life, if you can't handle the problem that you're facing now, how do you ever think that you deserve something bigger? The people who handle problems, who handle stress, and can direct and point people in direction that creates more success for them, always have the corner office. They always have the most power, the most success, and the most impact on their world and their environment. It's not because they're great, nice people. It's not because they're the friendliest or coolest person to be around. It's because they can handle the thing that they want. Many times, the things that we think that we want, we simply just want the things that come with them, and we don't realize or fully comprehend the level of stress tolerance and focus it's going to take to be able to handle that goal or that dream. Start with basic things. You cannot let random people, bad occurrences, and small petty problems throw your day off and mess up your focus. Instead, handle it with class and with poise. And you get better at this by simply mastering and handling the small quarrels of life, so you're able to handle more and more as you move up and as you grow in your career. Each year, as my company's grown, the level of problems that I face has grown drastically. And I always tell my leadership team this, and anybody that I'm helping out in any capacity, that there's things that I used to lose my mind over, that I would keep me up at night, that if happened today would be a complete joke. You have to realize that your stress tolerance is going to expand as you learn to handle these problems by simply looking at them for what they are, and know that they're going to happen if you're doing anything worthwhile. And if you don't want these problems, simply do nothing and say nothing, and you'll get your wish. 5, self-reflection. Create a thinking schedule and a time that you can be alone by yourself so you can process your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, and the tasks that are at hand so you can think through them in clarity. As you move up, and really just as you go through your entire life, you're going to hear a lot of chatter, a lot of advice, and a lot of people that are going to be in your ear telling you what you should do. The thing is that no one knows more about what you should do in your situation more than yourself. You have instincts and gut feeling and emotions and experiences that not one person, including me, could direct or tell you to be more successful in that specific area. We often know what we need to do to be successful, but we many times aren't trusting ourselves or spending the necessary time to truly assess what will actually create the best results. What I started doing is every night before I go to bed, about 8:30 to 9 o'clock at night, I just spend time alone, by myself, journaling, writing down. I'd sit on my balcony in my condo and really just look out and think about what happened this week, this day, this month, and what do I need to do as a leader, as a person, to improve my business and to make the people around me more successful. If you can make a bigger impact and you can handle these things by reflecting on who you are and the way that you're handling these problems, you can set yourself up much better for success in your life. So I hope you guys like this video. Make sure that if you enjoyed it to like and subscribe it and be on the lookout for more videos. And as always, you can find me on all my social media channels at Grant Mitt. As always, I'll be supporting all of you guys and will be there every step of the way. Thank you guys.